Welcome to the breakdown recorded July 30th, 2020. This is the show where I break down some of the biggest stories happening around the world that you may not have heard about. But you may have noticed I'm not in my studio. Now, I told you last week that I was going on a road trip down to Texas to deal with closing my home and get all that taken care of. Not getting back to Michigan quite as fast as I thought I would, and I didn't want to miss out an episode today. So I decided to do one from the car, because if you're on a road trip, what better place to record a breakdown episode than in your car? Now, if you're new here, this isn't our normal episode, so I apologize if the video and audio isn't what it typically is when I'm in my studio, but I hope the content is still good. I hope you learned something new about stories you didn't hear about. Now, if you're new here, though, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up. It really does help us because it lets YouTube know you enjoy what we do here, and hopefully we can help you learn something new. All right, let's get into it because it's 2020 and a lot of weird things are happening. Now, if you've been in any stores recently and you've gone down to the pop aisle, as I called it when I grew up, soda pop, whatever you may call it, let me know in the comments. You may have noticed a lot of different spots there are empty. A lot of, for instance, Coke Zero products are empty, Pepsi products are empty, and more. And there's been a lot of speculation. Now, there's been reports that some of the chemicals needed to create these drinks are not available because of plants shutting down, maybe international travel. But now Coke has come out and actually made an official statement of why this is happening. And it's a two-part problem. And now number one is the fact that they're focusing on more profitable products. As you would expect, certain products are selling faster than others. When this all started, water, for example, was hard to find. They were producing as much water as they possibly could, and to do that they diverted production from other less popular products into more popular ones. So for it's kind of one of those old business things. If you have product A that's got a surplus of things and product B is selling faster than you can make it, why are you going to move production from product A over to product B? And that seems to be what's happening here. Now, there's also been a shortage of aluminum cans, pop cans, Coke cans, whatever you want to call them. And that comes from a variety of reasons. A, production, some of this stuff has been moved over to water. Two, it comes down to the fact that some of these factories haven't been open like they typically would be. Or they may not be producing as much as, they do reopen, and some of the places are struggling to get all their employees back, so they may be running at reduced capacity. So keep that in mind. This is probably going to be something that's going to take months still to work its way out. I know there's a lot of people. I was talking to some of you fans on Twitter, some of the viewers here. We got to come up with a cool name for all the viewers. But some of the viewers here were telling me, hey, I'm a severe high risk because of medical things. I haven't returned to work, even though my company may have reopened. And that probably is affecting some of these different plants too, from both Coke to maybe their suppliers that make the cans and more. So let me know if you notice anything. I noticed that certain types of Coke Zero, that's the big one for me, has been unavailable. It's interesting to see there. So leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. All right, so good news for movie fans. Regal Cinemas has announced that August 21st, 2020, they will begin to reopen movie theaters just in time for the Tenet, T-E-N-E-T movie from Warner Brothers. Just in time to get that before its September 3rd opening. But good news, if you love movie theaters, Regal is reopening. Are your local movie theaters open? I'd love to hear. I think in the area I am right now, they are available to be open, but the actual local movie theater has decided not to open yet. So let me know. Though I have seen a lot of precautions where people are, for instance, every other row, only, certain spots available and more. In my mind, if you can fly, you're almost to the point where if you can fly, why can't you also go to the movies, especially when it's a lot easier to social distance in the movies? I don't know. Do you disagree with me? I'd love to hear from you. Let me know, but they are coming back. All right, let's jump over to technology. There's a lot of cool things. Now, I am a Google Pixel person. I'm actually recording this on a Google Pixel. I just got a little stand in my car I'm recording this with. And I love it, but I used to be a big Samsung person. One thing that really annoyed me about Samsung's is the Bixby assistant. really thought was annoying. Every time it updated, I'd switch over to Google Assistant. I don't know if they still do this. And then it would come out with an update to Bixby, and Bixby would suddenly become my default assistant again. And I was like, I didn't ask for that. I didn't want that. Well, Google is in talks with Samsung to replace Bixby with Assistant, or at least, quote, push it over Bixby. Now, I really love my Pixel phone because Google Assistant is built in and does so many cool things. I love on the home screen, it'll give me, like when I'm flying, it'll say right at the top of the home screen, 25 minutes until boarding at gate A, 3 or something. And it pulls all that info and does a really good job of collating it, putting it in one spot. I really love the voice assistants and more. But there are things about Samsung phones I like better than the Pixel. Or, it's always a trade-off. For me, in the end, it became Pixel, which is a better deal. I like it. It's a really good phone. But I'll be honest, if Bixby was replaced with Google Assistant, I'll be more willing to switch over. Let me know if you agree with this, or if you use Pixel or Samsung, or you an iPhone person. Let me know. All right, if you are a Garmin smartwatch or Garmin person and you've had your device offline for a while, starting I believe on the 23rd of July, you are not alone. It turns out that Garmin is facing a ransomware attack. I guess somebody downloaded something they should have, and it locked up the Garmin system, and the hackers want a payment to unlock it. And this has prevented Garmin customers from doing it. There's all kinds of interesting things here. Apparently, too, that paying it would actually be illegal, according to some treaties or some bills out there right now, that is putting Garmin in a top spot. Now, at the time I'm recording this, I haven't seen if it's been repaired. I'm actually recording this early because I'm on the road. So by the time I post this, this may be back online. Are you a Garmin person that's been unable to access their content? It's ransomware. Now, if you work for a company and you see all those, please be careful. Don't download things. Don't click links. Don't do this. Don't do that. This is why. This is why. This is becoming a lot more popular. Be careful out there. I really mean it. Just in your personal life, be careful. These kind of attacks are becoming more popular. All right, last technology story of the day right now. Are you a Rite Aid customer? You may have noticed some weird new cameras appearing around the stores. Well, according to Reuters, there are hundreds of Rite Aid stores implementing facial recognition systems. This is becoming very popular. Theme parks are using it. Large stores, small stores are using it too. And the purpose of this, though they don't really comment on why they're using it, but from talking to people in other companies who are using facial recognitions, it allows them to actually ban people. You often hear these stories, right? This person was banned from Walmart for life, or this person was banned from Disney World, or this person was banned here, there, wherever. The problem is, how do you actually enforce that, right? I get banned from this Walmart here. I drive 10 miles down the road. I go to a different Walmart. Will the staff there recognize me when I walk in and know, he's not allowed in here? The truth is probably not. Even in the same Walmart, come back a month later, different people working there probably already. They probably don't realize that I'm not allowed there. Well, with facial recognition, they can say, hey, this guy's a known shoplifter. He's repeatedly shoplifted from us. We banned him, trespassed him, done all the legal paperwork to actually do that, legally ban them from the store, and they can actually enforce that there. So that's pretty cool feature there. Now, the flip side is privacy concerns. Now, I'll get why businesses want to do that. I remember working at a gas station in college. There are certain people who are repeatedly troublemakers. We had a repeated shoplifter, and the store would get busy. It wasn't a really nice setup where you couldn't really see the door, and there would be somebody come in, grab a few things, and leave often. Candy bars, small stuff. You think, not a big deal. Well, if that person does it a lot, the next person does it a lot, the next person does it a lot, suddenly that becomes a compounded issue. But there are real concerns. I'm not doing anything wrong. Do I want Rite Aid to have a virtual copy of my face? That's a tough one. That really is. It'll be interesting to see how this plays out and how people respond to this idea that, hey, Rite Aid or other stores may be keeping a record of my face when I come in. You see this a lot of amusement parks. For instance, Disney World, you had to do their fingerprint, though right now you don't because of the COVID-19 issue. But there are many issues out there like that cause this. So, I don't know, leave me a comment, let me know. Have you received seeds that you did not order? This is a growing trend. I know people who do it. I wouldn't be surprised if I get them, but there are a lot of packages from China coming that are just showing up with seeds in it. And there have been state agricultural groups warning about the dangers. Do not plant these. These may be invasive species where you come in and, you know, now we have a non-native species affecting the ecosystem here negatively. What's happening? We don't really know on this one. It's possible a couple things. A, it's not uncommon for instance, people come on Amazon and create an account and sell expensive products cheap. Not crazy cheap where you're like, that's not real, but cheap. And when you order it, you don't actually get the product. That happens for a lot of reasons. A, they can quickly maybe grasp the money, close their account, and run with it before Amazon realizes what's happening. Two, you know, they can't get money until they prove they've actually shipped it. Remember when I started selling on Amazon in college, I used to fix up video game systems and sell them. You had to supply tracking numbers to prove that, hey, I'm actually shipping this stuff. When you're new, if you're doing a lot of business. And this may allow them to say, hey, I shipped this product, it costs this, and here's the tracking number for it, so give me my money because I actually shipped it. Or maybe there really is something more nefarious happening here. It's hard to tell. But have you received it? I know people who have. They seem to be showing up all over the United States. Let me know. And lastly, I hate to end on a bad note, but I thought this was very interesting. According to Yelp, 55% of all businesses who closed for the COVID-19 thing closed because of, have closed and are not reopening. That's very scary. Restaurants are leading the push here. See a lot of smaller restaurants not reopening. Leave me a comment. Let me know. Has your business closed for good? Where you worked? Where one you own maybe? And how has that impacted you? I'd love to hear from you. But it's kind of sad, but it's a little concerning. You know, as a business owner, you know, a lot of businesses, they're paycheck to paycheck too. And it's really small margins. And here's the problem. You know, when I was recently looking for a new office space for my previous business, a lot of these places want 5-year contracts. And unlike residential contracts where there's certain outs and protections and things you can do, for businesses, there's really not. You got two options. Completely close your business, declare bankruptcy, or do something like that. Or you're stuck in a 5-year lease often with very high rates. That's tough. That really is tough. Yeah, there are certain leases that will be smaller. I had a year-to-year lease at one point for the business. But if you want to get into the bigger office space, the strip malls and that kind of stuff, they often want 5-year contracts. And guess what? They don't care if you're open or closed. You're paying on that. So that's one of the big reasons. Well, if I'm paying a couple $1,000s a month every month with zero income, plus I have my personal expenses, plus all this other stuff, that can force a lot of businesses that are just on the edge of being, I'm profitable, but not crazy profitable. I can pay my employees. I can make a little salary. But it's not like I got thousands and thousands of dollars I'm making in additional revenue every month here. So let me know. Has this personally impacted you? I thought that study from Yelp was very interesting. If you want to read more about it, check out the links down below. Hey, do me a favor. If you're new here, follow me on Facebook and Twitter, actually, with me. I don't have a Facebook page yet, but maybe we should. Follow me on Twitter, Force a Habit saying Facebook. I'll put a link to that down in the show notes. Click that subscribe button, click that thumbs up. I really would appreciate it. It would be a huge help because it lets YouTube know you enjoy what we do. Late next week, I'll be back in the office. Sorry, I'm not sure what we're going to do on Tuesday next week. May or may not be a video. I'll see what I can do here. I hope you all have a fantastic day. I hope you stay safe. Please be careful out there. And please remember, give people an extra little bit of breathing room. A lot of people very stressed right now. It's politics and health concerns and all that fun stuff. So please be careful out there. I really appreciate it. I hope you all have a fantastic day. I hope you all stay safe. I'll talk to you next week. Not exactly sure of the day. Take care, everybody.